Hello everyone, this is week 9 of our Intelligent Agents in Learning Environments course, and this week we're going to be talking about AI coding assistants. Today, we're going to go over vibe coding, parallel AI coding, and then show a short demo using CursorAI. First, we're going to be talking about what vibe coding is. According to a conversation with the company Y-Combinator and a tweet from Andrej Kaparthi, vibe coding is when you fully give into the vibes, embrace exponentials, and forget that the code even exists. It means that developers are becoming heavily reliant on AI coding tools and large language models to generate code faster. This allows developers to focus more on what they should be building rather than how to code it, and rapidly increases productivity. They also find new solutions to problems by asking AI to rewrite and debug code rather than spending hours looking at it themselves. Because of this, the roles of software engineers have changed. They are starting to become more of a product engineer, where they spend more time reviewing code than actually designing it and creating it. When it comes to the hiring process, they now look at a set of skills and values, such as product sense and the desire to understand and work with users. However, they still look for developers who have the taste and knowledge to tell the difference between good and bad code. Additionally, debugging remains mainly as a human task. Studies have shown that only humans have the ability to understand code, trace logic, and identify the root causes of bugs. Humans are also still needed to work closely with clients to understand what they want from this product and how it should be delivered. This also leads to an eventual division between types of engineers. There might be engineers who work with AI to rapidly develop products, and other engineers who take on more complex and more difficult tasks like scaling and debugging. Next, we're going to be talking about what parallel AI coding is. Parallel AI coding is a method that is supposed to significantly speed up the development process by running two different AI agents on the same codebase. While both agents are running on the same project, they would be working on different parts of it. GitHub is used to introduce a version control system where branches that hold different versions of the code are created. The main branch holds a stable version of the code, and the various working branches are where the AI agents develop their respective parts, so that the agents don't interfere with each other and mess up the code. Once all parts of the code are done, they are then merged back into the main branch. However, merge conflicts can occur if both agents modify the same file of the code. Git provides mechanisms to solve these conflicts, and sometimes they even suggest letting an AI agent resolve it for you. This approach mimics collaborative development and how professional software development teams work. Multiple developers would work on different parts of software simultaneously and then merge it all back to the main branch. In the video by Volo Builds, he shows us an example of how we can use parallel AI on GitHub. The first step is to create a GitHub repository, cloned onto the local computer, and then the main branch was created with some initial code. Next, two new development branches, Dev A and Dev B, were created, and Git work trees are also created, two folders onto the local computer, Game Center A and Game Center B, which are linked to the development branches so that the AI agents can operate independently without interrupting each other. Then, using the CursorAI tool, two different AI agents were assigned separate coding tasks to run simultaneously in their assigned folders. One was assigned to create a memory game, while the other was assigned to create a snake game. Lastly, once both agents were done with their tasks, They commit and push the changes to the remote branches dev A and dev B, and then pull requests are initiated to merge those branches onto the main branch. Lastly, we're going to play around with CursorAI and develop a small project and see how well it performs. CursorAI is an AI-powered code editor that enhances developer productivity by letting AI complete coding tasks for them. It is very similar to Visual Studio Code, so it is not very hard to navigate if you're already familiar with VS. First, I asked the AI chat box to generate a tic-tac-toe game using CSS and JavaScript. Next, you just let the AI create files and generate code. Each file must be manually approved before actually being implemented. However, there is a setting called YOLO mode that you can turn on that allows Cursor to automatically create code and run commands in your terminal without any approval. As you can see in the image on the right, the AI created 3 files: an HTML file, a JavaScript file, and a CSS file. Additionally, it explains what the code in each file does and how you can run the game. Here, it tells us to open the index.html file in the browser and that the game can automatically tell who wins and when it's a draw. It even includes a restart button to reset the game instead of having to close and reopen the file again. The AI also asks if there are any functionality or design changes that you would like to make to the game. When we open the index.html file, we see a clean and basic tic-tac-toe board and a title at the top indicating which player is supposed to take their turn and a restart game button at the bottom. We then try to show different cases like wins and draws. This first image shows a case where player X wins against player O. In this next photo, this next image shows a case where it is a draw and neither player wins a game. Going back to Cursor, we try asking the AI agent to make a design change. We ask it to change the UI to have a green theme, so it goes ahead and makes the changes. Not only are the changes automatic, but it also shows you in the chat box which specific lines have been changed. It also provides a description of what the new UI should look like. Thank you for watching.